My mind wanders a lot, and asks very many questions to question some things in life, and there are many things that don't make sense to me nowadays. You're like, okay, I'm asking myself this question, but I'm not getting the answer. Oh, there's so much wind here. Not sure where I can go so that I can record this video, because when I turn this way, the sun will be I don't know, not be visible. It's either I go to another place or yeah, I just have to go to another place. This is better at least, but I don't want to go to the shade for some reasons, for known reasons. I don't want to get cold. So I was talking about the questions that I ask myself. Today I didn't go to church deliberately. I did that deliberately. And as I said, it's on Sunday. It's on which date? 26 May 2024. So I decided not to go to church. Again, I don't want to overfeed on the information that we are given. we are being given in church. It's actually good. It's good to actually regulate the amount that you are taking, the amount of information that you are taking from whichever place, be it reading news on the news, be it reading newspapers, be it being on the social media, whatever you are hearing from social media, what people are talking about in TikTok, what people are talking about in Instagram, the videos, the YouTube. You need to regulate yourself, because when something is too good to someone, or to a man, it becomes harmful to them. It becomes now a time bomb to them. So you just have to regulate whatever you are taking in, because bros, you will you will find yourself in trouble. It will be like you'll be looking for dopamine, so that you can you can serve. What am I okay what was my point? Okay, so that you can survive on it. This information overload is what I'm trying to avoid. Alright, yeah, so I was on that topic, trying to regulate. Oh, the questions. And today I was reading Jeremiah. I don't know what the chapter is. It was just how the Bible brings you okay, a verse from the Bible, daily verse, and this is where now I read the Bible. I don't read the Bible anyhow. Okay, I depend on the Bible to give me the suggestions of. The Bible usually brings you the Bible verse for that day, but for me, I go further. I decide to, okay, as much as I'm reading this Bible verse, I want to get the context where it is coming from. Alright, so today's verse was from Jeremiah. I don't remember the chapter, neither the verse. So, but it was talking about, what was it talking about? I don't remember. But it was talking about Israelites being the beloved people of God, and how God has tolerated their sinful life, how He has tolerated the life the the what the crooked life that you are living in. He has been patient with them. He sometimes oversees their mistakes. He even forgives them without them asking for their forgiveness. And as I'm reading this, okay, we used to read this Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah. I guess in high school. Was it in the year or the fourth year? The prophecies about, I don't know, about Christ. We used to read that book a lot, but for me myself, I didn't consider that to be serious, so I didn't used to read the. I wasn't, and I didn't read the Jeremiah or whatever. So I depended on the notes so that I can get the context, at least to pass the exam anyway. So you don't have many problems there. So that is what I did. And I was okay as I was reading that chapter. So Jeremiah, I will just talk about. Okay, it's not a prophecy. Okay, it's a prophecy, but let me talk it as a subject. Talk about it as a subject. So, mm-hmm. Let me compose myself. So it was talking about God. This is now God talking. He's like, you guys, you are my chosen people. You guys are living in a sinful life. You guys have decided to do forsake me. You guys have forgotten about me, and now you are living your lives as if I'm not there. Alright? There's no problem in that, by the way. There's no problem. And God continues and says that out of all the people, I decided to choose you so that you can be my people, so that I can favor you. And I can do anything, and this means getting rid of some people so that I can save you. I can save your. Okay, this is my words. I can save your asses. So that I can save your asses. Bro, you know what? You know, God, this way I realize God is actually a very merciful God. God is a faithful God. God is a gracious God, and all attributes that you can think of. Imagine he was patient with these people who are neglecting him. You know how the human nature is. They are prone to evil. Evil is their way of thinking, and you have chosen one nation to be your people. So they just disappoint you. So as I was reading this chapter, I started to ask myself, and by the way, where did this start? Like the Israelites, where did God, of all the countries and nations and people of all different sorts of walks of life, why did God choose to take Israel as his beloved people? You know how a parent has children, but he loves all of them, all right. But now the problem is that, okay, not the problem, but now this one that favorite girl, this one that one favorite boy that they had, they love the most out of all the children, that not that the children are not theirs, but now he loves this kid so much than the others. He's being favored. Whenever the parent goes to town, he brings them. He goes with them. He buys her or him something. They are like, okay. What is special about this Nini, this girl or boy that is being favored by the parent so much? And to feel that, I don't know. I just can't describe. And again, with all the information that I have right now, I cannot tell where the relationship came from. This favor, this I just can't tell. I just can't trace it back. This is why you need some people's thoughts or opinions so that you can know why is Israel not favored as a country. Okay, as a country, beloved country of God. You can trace this in the Bible. Where did this all start? All this start? Why not Kenya? Why not Kenyans? That they are being the most beloved people of God, and God has favored them so much. Why is it not America? Why is it not Great Britain, the one who colonized the whole world? Why is it not China, the most the country, the nation with the most people in this world? Why not India? The same way, I'm trying to get answers to the questions. Why Israel? Why Israel? Huh? Sometimes I just ask myself questions, but I lack answers. I just lack answers. And by the way, this trickles down again to even some individuals like David. Why did God favor David so much? Yet this David was this man who is driven by sex. Sex for him was just something else that can. He's a good person, but sex is the one that brings him to a bad position with God. He's sinful. He has, and when you trace it back, you find that even how he was brought to this world, it is because it is through those sinful ways that he came into this world. David himself, his mother's Jew was by the way, what happened to him? I've never I have heard of the story, but I've never really read the story myself to find out where David was born and who he was born to. His mother and his father. Look at their lives and how he came into being. We find out that everything has a source. But the question that I ask myself is that of Israel. Why did God choose Israel and not any other? It's just a question that I really need to know. Yeah, by the way. And I wish some days even I might get answers for that question. Where did that come from? Like, trace this back from this, and what did the Israelites do so that they deserve that? Anyway, it's okay. But I have come to note and I have come to observe that these people who are favored by God, not that they are extraordinary, they're actually worse. Worse is actually me I break English here. Let me just talk whatever it is in my mind. So you find that these people are worse than even the average or the normal people that we can associate with. But I sometimes see that. Okay, look at Paul. He was initially called Saul, and he was mistreating Christians or prosecuting them. And here comes the day for the U-turn, for the changeover of his whatever he was doing to Christians, and now he's recognized as a person. Actually, the person you can say that is prominent in the New Testament books is Paul, and of course Jesus. But now Paul is in the context of the people we relate with, the normal lives that we live in. Paul, you find that Paul, you find that he was just actually the worst of the worst. You can imagine in this day he could have been the who kills people nowadays, like deliberately. Is the CID? Oh, okay. No, prosecutor belongs to the court. Okay, let me talk of the CID or people who this special police units who battle with uh, uh, what who handles criminals. They sometimes kill them or alive, like openly. They tell them, okay, if the criminals become not as a nuisance, but what do you call it? Something that brings those nini. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, when they become a pain. I'm trying to replace the word pain. An epitome of pain. This hard English terms usually run away from my mind when I just need them. The word I'm looking for is whatever. Let me just say pain. When they become a pain, this special police units, they usually deal with them and they kill them. So now that was Paul back then. He was prosecuting Christians every now and then. So and afterwards, when the donkey, is it the donkey or whatever happened. So he turns to be the good guy, and he becomes very very favored. He do mighty work. Okay, he does great things for Christians to emulate, as it is evident in the New Testament. The letters he wrote, whatever he wrote there, all those. But look, compare the two. Was he an average person? No. Was he the baddest person you could think of? Yes. But what happened after? He got favored by God. When I think of that, I sometimes think that if you just get the favor of God, it means that you have gone through the two phases of life, where you are a bad guy and you are the good guy, and this always doesn't select. By the way, okay, let me think of this favor. When you think of people who are highly favored than others, like David, you can see the likes of David. How many kings were there? Compare Solomon with David. Compare who else? Who else was a king in Israel? King Ahab. Okay, compare the kings that were there, like Ahab. Which king was there again? King Saul. Who else? Okay, compare the three that I've mentioned: Saul, David, and Ahab. Okay, and now Solomon. There are four. So look at Solomon and look at David. Who was favored more by God? It is evident, actually. It is David. Look at Ahab or Saul. Compare him with David. Who was favored more? You can see it is evidently David. But if you look at that person who is highly favored, you find that they have something good in them. They always have this talent, these amazing skills that they have in them, that they are extraordinary of the average people. Alright? Now look at who else was favored in the Bible that I can think of. This. Okay. There is Abraham. Right? There is. Let me compare him with another person. Okay. Okay, I've lacked a person to compare him with. It's actually very difficult to find out if I don't read the Bible much. Okay, let me do this. Okay, Abraham is not a good example. I have lacked a person to put on the other weighing part of the scale. So let me choose this guy called Joseph. Alright, Joseph, and there are 12, his 11 brothers. The 11 brothers. Now compare each one of the brother. There is Reuben, there is whoever was there. So compare him with other brothers. Who is favored more? Look at all of them. Who is favored more than Joseph? It is no one. Why? Are you asking yourself why? The answer lies within the personality of that guy called Joseph. Okay, the other guys were amazing. There's Reuben, who I guess he was the firstborn. Remember, this is the firstborn, alright? And now there's the other guy who's almost last. Joseph was number 11 or number 12? Because I can remember of Benjamin. Because Benjamin was the last guy. By the way, Benjamin and Joseph, I think they came from the same mother. But the other brothers came from another mother. By the way, I should get my facts right, by the way. I'm just messing myself. But that is not what I was I'm about to talk about. I'm trying to analyze the two parties. Now, in each case, you get my point. Like I'm comparing one brother to Joseph, one brother to Joseph, until they're all that. Anyway, back to my point. Why did God favor Joseph so much than even the firstborn? Ask yourself that question. The answer lies also now, as I was saying, the answer lies in the personality of this guy. He was a great ruler. He had this personality of being a leader, right? What else was did he have? He had discipline. Okay, let me not talk of discipline. Discipline is not really playing a part here. So yeah, a great leader lies in Joseph, and God saw that is why he favored him even when he was very young than his brothers. Alright, even David, even from his childhood, he was very much favored. So now look at man, I don't like being stared at. People who are passing near the field here, they are looking at me as if they have seen a ghost. I feel like telling them, yo, I'm not a ghost, one. Mind your own business, one. They are still looking. Can someone just mind their own business? Just because I'm seated here, they must look. Sometimes sometimes we just get put by people. So as I was saying, that so he saw leadership skills in Joseph, and he saw something that he could achieve with that, and he saw, and by they come to think of it, okay, they have these great personalities, these people who are highly favored, all right, they're highly favored, but they have this great personality, okay, but now God wants to use them so that he can show his glory, so that he can show his what can just we are told oftenly that okay, the Bible says that God is a jealous God. He wants all the glory and the praise to go to him, and he should be recognized as behind the scenes. Okay, you might not physically see him, but he's there. So we must acknowledge that, and I see this as an opportunity for God to, to show his presence, to show his power. So he uses these people with great personalities to achieve that. It is just actually occurring in my mind right now. But now, for you to be favored, you need to have those extraordinary skills, which, of course, they have to also to be given by him. So you find that there's just this cycle that if you want to be favored, again, you have to have these personalities, these great personalities. Where do these personalities come from? From the Maker himself. You see how life is turns out to be very. It was it occurs how it was planned anyway, and where you are, you need to appreciate where you are. If you are favored, do whatever is right to praise God. If you do not have those extraordinary skills, again, just be there. And favored people don't struggle in life. This how we human beings are say that we are surviving. Now favored people excel and thrive in this life, and that is the life that I'm yearning for. Discover my my greatest skills, right? Perfect on them, and through that you can use them to praise God, and you will be favored. That is one way, okay, to get favor from God. I guess in 2 Corinthians chapter 2 Corinthians 9 verse 11. Is it that verse? Yes. I'll make you rich and wealthy. Actually, the word is rich, so that you may be generous, and through that God's name shall be praised. God will be worshipped. So it's life. I was just analyzing why, but then this all came from why Israel is favored as a country. Why not these others? Okay. By the way, I have asked myself that question. This means that they have great ability. What is that great ability? What is that great ability that they have? Okay, as I'm asking questions, I got answers from other questions that I got answers from the other questions that I was asking, and I'm trying to answer the first question, but I'm really not getting the answer again. What Israel? Okay, Israel. What do they own? What special abilities do they have that we, the other people in the world, that don't have? Still, nothing that I know of is forthcoming. Having not gotten the answer. So yeah, I guess end of rant. End of rant. My hair is actually growing very fast, so it is the other day that I shaved. Anyway, it is now past 30 minutes. By the way, today I decided I do this nini. Why? By the way, I'm yet to finish the Maxivicha Pyrotech or MaxiPy. Let me end it there. Guess I'll update this information tomorrow. I don't have much to say. Just wanted to just talk of the things that I'm thinking of. I had actually a very sensitive topic to talk about, and these are the current affairs that are happening in Kenya. It is talking about. Okay, let me talk about it tomorrow. It is touching on Oga Obina. He owns this channel. I was actually. Oh, by the way, I talked about Mike Sonko the other day. It was this week. Oh yes, it was actually this week. And this week we are on Sunday. We are another day. So it was last week when I was talking about Sonko. He was being featured in Oga Obina's story. Now I've overheard. These are rumors that the show has been closed. It is usually found in YouTube, or now it has been closed. This means that he will not continue to host visitors in his platform, Oga Obina TV. So it means that, by the way, what triggered the MCSK Music's Union Nini of Kenya closing his Nini is because he hosted the Mike Sonko Nini on that platform. And you know how Mike Mbuvi Sonko is actually is actually an honest man. There are things that you are not supposed to talk about the government, yet he's there talking about them openly, and I think that is what triggered the MCSK to close the Oga Obina show, because he saw that if this guy is hosted again on this show, he'll not come to do something good. It will just destroy the reputation. It will just ruin the reputation of the government, the current government, which I think they are doing monkey business, monkey and fishy businesses. You see how you can be wrong, you can be doing wrong, and you don't want people to know, your citizens to know, as a government. So you have to take any extra measure and even costs to make sure that people who can give up the secrets of the government, they shut up, and the government does whatever it does. But anyway, I'm not here to judge. But Mike Sonko knows something that the government knows, that this thing, if it gets out, we are in trouble. So I have to end it here. I don't have much to say. I didn't go to church anyway. Let me go upload the videos. And it's funny that yesterday I didn't buy bundles, whereas I posted a video without even the description in YouTube. That is for the MaxiPy. I decided not to post the video or the description. I just posted the word push and pull explained, and it got so much views, and I was like, wait. Anyway, that's a topic to talk another day. It touches on the SEO, search engine optimization. So I'm 12 it here and go into silent mode. Think about a problem that I'm supposed to solve. Solve. Yeah. Bye bye. Until tomorrow, make sure before I say adios, remember, what can be shaken can be moved. Adios.